yes, they have a lot of gap close with, you know, Lulu being able to speed up the Gwen, the Xin Zhao to actually get on top of these, you know, poking players on Nongshim. You got so much poke from Ziggs, you got so much poke from Jace. But with a really strong front line with the Olaf here that Nongshim have on their side. So excited to see how this one goes. Excited to see more Ziggs.
Yeah, me too. Ziggs has worked out very, very well thus far. Pretty much, he's 100% win rate on the bottom side of the map this season, right? Because Doctor won against Def Siva, yes, and then Def
turned
beat
it
him
around.
with it.
Yeah. You're correct. And see if Duckdom can maintain that here once again.
He's historically one of the greatest late game carries in the game, right? Because you can throw death from a million years away. As I'm gonna have to hold the thought as Kellen has to flash. Dread immediately flashes after and picks up first blood. And Peanut has to do the same thing, but Leo's right behind him. Grabs another one. The resets are coming in. Gori might be the next one on the menu. The slow's beautiful, and it's a double kill for the Tristana. And I guess I can stop talking about scaling. Indeed.
And this fight here, as Duckdom, you're farming super greedy on the bottom side of the map, and you feel like, okay, well, I've got my ult, so I can still make an impact in this fight. It should be fine, right? But you're just completely outnumbered. And even at this stage of the game, Tristana's output is so high.
Well, also, it's like, yeah, and they walk in when they don't
달려!
have the right amount of people.
Yeah.
되지 임마. 먹어. 바텀 가자. 혼나요. 우리 정글 들어오면.
Was not very polite about what he said about that. Well, I'm not gonna do it. Like,
all sorts of different things. As Peanut not going to find the ward that's chilling over here, as I believe he was spotted by a fly on that ward. As in goes Lance. That's going to be a beautiful little quickness, and Gori's dead. Dread grabs another kill, 2-0-2 on the Zen.
Plus, you know, the damage that Tristana has even early is very strong, whereas Jace is so burst reliant. If he's not there, if he's not hitting those shockwaves, you can't fight. And Nongshim are better positioned here on this Drake.
Yeah, and Afrika are going to go in because they have not a lot of fear. Doing pretty well at this point in the game, and in goes Dread after stealing away the Drake. Kellen will be the first one to go down, but he does go golden first. It's a lot of bomb damage onto 3 members there, but Peanut's not going to be able to keep himself alive, and this lockdown is just so strong. I swear as well, like, Lehens is having an incredible game when it comes to choosing his targets. He really in these fights and skirmishes.
He's been so decisive. His Rakan has historically been so great, too.
Yeah.
Duckdom really wants to play with fire here.
Yeah, well, Kane's going to take a fair bit of damage here. Minefield is trodden through, but now Duckdom. Oh, okay, that's great use of the mist from Keen.
Perfectly timed there from Key, and that was great to watch.
Yeah. Look at it! Look at the gold rocket.
Yeah.
It's just nutty.
We're starting to get up to, if we weren't at phone booths before, we certainly are now.
Yeah, I think we're picking up phone booths. I think you're exactly right. As Fly is going to have to flash. Gets himself out of the way as the eye is being denied at the moment as in goes King. 1 versus 4. See whether he can keep himself alive here as he gets the wild growth. And the power of Gwen only getting larger. As the Trist not quite in range. Probably would have had a field day there, but as we can see, the eye was picked up. Dread goes in and grabs it, so Shirley is going to do her job on the Rift.
And Nongshim need to be really careful about actually flirting with this fight here because, yeah, Duckdom can once again throw out a combo or satchel somebody in, but besides that, like, you lose this exchange if you stay when Leo is nearby, and Leo's at full health. And
no! He's just gonna die.
That's a big shutdown. Okay.
I said the no, and he still just went in.
Well, I say that, and
yeah, Kellen might just be dead here as he'd already used a stopwatch prior. There's the knockup, but Keen pretty tanky. Keen's gonna get in towards the backside as Dread now has to Crescent Guard, able to ignore a bit of Duckdom's damage here as Kellen knew he was gonna die, tried to get as much CC down as Leo decided that it was time to go in. Duckdom's still alive for now, and there's some low health bars, but they're just not able to lock down any of these kills.
Yeah, Duckdom wants so badly to get in here, but he's just not able to do it. Oh my, I don't know about starring the Baron here, but they're going to go for it.
Gordrink of Xin Zhao with Lulu's support. I guess they can.
Duckdom's here.
He's going to help him out for the moment, but I mean, Peanut's dead. They don't have a smite. Duckdom does do a lot of damage. Mega Inferno Bomb is down though.
This is ridiculous, Afrika.
Yeah, Gori's coming in and Rich is very scary. So Afrika are going to back away from the Baron.
I mean, that was...
I think they're playing this lead really effectively also. I mean, I know like Xin Zhao, relatively binary champion, right? But they're still keeping their feet on the gas. As Peanut in the area, no flash available, has to walk around this as lands. He knows what's going on, Grand Entrance. Not going to quite find it though, as the wild growth is used on Rakan, and that is suboptimal.
Yeah.
As Dread, yeah, he's got hysterics. He'll be all right, at least for now.
Gonna get a Sterex cooldown for that one.
Yes, indeed. But now Nongshim, with the fact that Dread being their most powerful champion, he's trying to go home. Gonna have to cancel that one. Is okay.
A little bit sloppy here from Afrika actually across the board. Like you go in, you fail the engage, you have to use your wild growth, but you can't just back in front of them. This comp has so much range and so much poke.
Get a blue trinket out as well as Keen is going to rotate over. Rich is going to spot him as, oh my goodness, the burst damage out of Rich is ridiculous. But Keen does survive for the moment. He's dashing to try and get around the redemption. Doesn't really do too much as Keen goes golden, has to flash immediately. At least he's rewarded for that summoner spell choices. Now Dread in a bit of trouble. They've split the fight really beautifully here in Afrika. Want to be in that death ball. Flash out from Dread. There's the stopwatch. We'll see whether it's enough. The quickness is amazing, and Leo's doing the damage. Fly will be taken down, as now they're just going to collapse on top of the Jace. And Afrika, they pull the trigger. Leo in a bit of trouble here as Lahan's almost sacrifices himself for his 80 carries. Now Peanut thinks he might have found an option. The flashes come on in as can Leo actually win this one? Rocket Jump gets him over the wall as now Doctum's looking for Keen. Keen's looking for Doctum. They're all just trying to figure out how to navigate this situation.
If Keen gets the wraparound here, okay, they're gonna get out of here. That's gonna be everybody resets. You can see that all in Afrika, they're also going back here. But this is another example of burst damage. Has an inherent advantage, so if you ever lose control of an objective, it's hard to be the one to say, well, I'm gonna walk towards that right now.
Yeah, and if Nongshim keep like defending Barons, I don't think Afrika can ever siege, right?
Exactly.
Because it's a Karma and a Ziggs and a Jace. Like, you're never, a minion wave is just gonna die by looking at those champions.
Yeah, it's like a rock, paper, scissors game, but both players are rock.
Yeah, I guess.
Although slightly different variations of rock.
Yeah.
But it's hard to actually crush through an attack. You're better off winning defensive fights. That's why Afrika is so aggressively trying to posture for these Barons and then turn with them.
Well, Doctum's top lane, so they're going to lose control of this mid. But it is 2 minutes until the Mountain Drake. So Doctum doesn't need to worry.
For Nongshim to actually group on this Baron. But they're just going to keep pushing mid instead.
Gwen looking on over. We do have a red buff available in a couple of moments. As Nongshim looking to invade. They should be able to steal this one away. It's actually quite valuable. Spinot will be able to lock this one up.
Yep.
Rich actually going to collect it for himself.
That's pretty massive for the damage output he can have in these fights. Going to be also a little bit of extra gold.
Yep.
As he's about to get his 4th item online. Has the stopwatch too.
Doctum has his Horizon focus though, and as these items start to come through, it's, oh, that's a good hook from Kellen. Crescent Guard going to come in, but Dread is almost out of the fight already. This teleport's optimistic through from Keen. As Rich gets taken down to about half, just doing some Gwen things here, but he gets exhausted. Let's see what he can actually make happen. Zonya's employed as Leo at full health, trying to get these free hits off. Okay, Peanut's gonna flash forward. Leo's in trouble, smacked out of the air with a big old axe. That'll do it for you. As, oh dear, what a beautiful satchel charge, an even better shock blast, and Nongshim may have just stolen the game out from under Afrika.
It looks like it here, man. And that was a great performance from Peanut. He has so much he can do in these moments where Afrika are trying to retreat. He can just frontline his way away, and I think this is actually just going to be game over. Nothing you can do as Afrika. Those respawn timers are way too long. They tried to group on the Baron. They tried to have that positional advantage, but Nongshim got the better of them.
Yeah, a little bit out of position. Couldn't make the decisive play, and yeah, Peanut may even survive. He will just survive this. And there goes the Nexus. Never doubted him, Wolf. No, I did, because Nongshim stole that one.
Well, I think this is a series that Afrika can absolutely come back in if they can play a better, if they can utilize their lead better in the second game, because there were some really greedy moments across that game that cost them big. And Nongshim just never backed down from the fight, always played it very well. Gory was where he needed to be every time to set up for the engages. I mean, it was a weird scaling 80 carry in Aphelios. It's Doctum's Aphelios too, so arguably probably top 3 in the LCK, if not top 2 in terms of performances we've seen on the Aphelios. I'm really liking the draft here for Nongshim, liking their chances here. They have great engage tools too. With Gravitas, they have, of course, Moonfall.
Yep.
And there's a lot of ways to set up that explosive power.
I think so too. I'm interested in how this one's actually going to go.
Back it all up.
Well, looking forward to seeing how Dread snips. We haven't seen too much snipping from the jungle. So certainly a lot of fun. Got a bit of a zoom in here. And yeah, just taking our scissors to some of the monsters. As Peanut, just going to come through and miss the initial Q. As Kellen now keeping his eye on what a Freaker are doing as they move in and get some vision. As Dread taking a bit of damage here. Gori just going to dash after him. Everyone flashing, and yeah, he's real dead.
When you see that exhaust in the loading screen, you're like, if he has exhaust, this is amazing. But he doesn't. Peanut's here.
Yeah, Peanut. Is he actually going to get here in time, though, is the question. Remember, doesn't have flash. As in goes Peanut. There it is. Gets the reset beautifully. As Dread's trying to get the snip, and oh no! Such a disaster for a Freaker. Different way of saying snowball, because I feel like we say snowball a lot, especially given the current meta of League of Legends, so we're thinking Katamari might be a more fun version. As Nongshim think ganking Keen is going to be more fun, as Gori turns up. Peanut just hanging out underneath the turret here as Keen is going to pop out of the mist.
But you're not going to have a front line anymore as Nongshim, and you don't really have a jungler anymore either, so just watch this exchange earlier as Jace just barely gets out, right?
Oh, man.
Just making the calls.
I'd like to say that it's just beautifully baited, but it was just Peanut being in a fantastic place at exactly the right time.
Yeah. As we watch mid lane, goodbye.
Yeah. We've got, okay. Lehens is going to be able to grab that kill. Keen will find himself a bit of a reset there as they do manage to take down Gori, understanding that his flash was unavailable.
Yeah, I think we're going to watch this again one more time with a different angle, as Keen is just unfortunately way outnumbered here. They commit the teleport, but Ryze is backing, so Keen's got no help. There's no backup here, so easy cleanup. You do see the teleport in from Fly later, but it's too late.
Yep.
And then Gori just way overextends, no respect shown to the fact that Lehens is missing bottom.
And Lens just flashes over the wall. He's like, we got the biggest advantages, of course, Peanut versus Dread. Peanut 202, also 40 CS ahead, or 35, I guess, if you want to be pedantic about it.
It's not even about the fact that Peanut has this lead and has these items. It's more about the fact that Dread is not really a champion, unfortunately, in this game. Like, I mean, the Peanut lead is massive, but like, Dread can't be here.
Yeah,
can't get his
ball
butt.
comes through. Yeah, they get inside the mist. So Gwen most certainly is not immune. As, yeah, he's a bit of a ragdoll in this situation. I don't know who managed to get the blue buff, but in the end, it was Peanut.
He's just so far behind.
Yeah, it's just a little bit rough. 16 minutes on the clock, and Shirley is going to crash into the outer turret. Meanwhile, Lehens getting taken down very low. Has the best item in the game, though, as Leo flashes away. Lehens is real dead. Doc Dom gonna grab that kill from all the way over the wall.
Grabbed him pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. Did have to use his flashes. Now Fly's real dead. And Dread probably going to follow suit as he dashes multiple times, but Flash is going to answer that one pretty comfortably as Rich picks up another kill. And Nongshim pretty sad that it's only 16.5 minutes into this game because they would have been thinking it's Baron time.
Yeah,
but it is not.
Keen looks like he's going to be able to escape, but that is the only consolation prize here for Afrika. He didn't even get the turret on the top side of the map, but you know, you were saying like, it feels like they're stabilizing, you know, it feels like maybe they...
Yeah, I dared to dream, Wolf. I wanted this to go back into being a video game, but unfortunately it's still a slaughter.
This was the moment where it stopped being one, as Duck Dom over the wall here, beautifully played.
He really did not need to flash,
absolutely
but he really wanted to get that kill.
I mean, when you're this far ahead and you're trying to be flashy, like, the game was decided with or without you, basically. Like, it's a terrible game when you're winning this hard and you're like, maybe I'll get whenever everybody plays jungle, but it's the worst position to get behind in the early game.
Oh, absolutely is. In goes Peanut. And Moonlight Vigil comes down. That is a very comfy kill for Dr. Armors. Okay, Peanut. He's already Zonya's, but he's able to get out alive. Good knock up onto Dread. The culling is going to come through, and it's in fact somehow Kellen that locks down that one with the last tick of Ignite or something of that ilk.
Yeah, looks like it was Ignite. It might have been his ult, but I don't think so. I think it was Ignite. First 4 minutes, and then we're watching 20 more minutes of this, and
yeah,
it gets worse the more time that goes on. Today ended up being, you know, did not live up to expectations, let's just say.
And also, the home team lost with every single side of the map that they chose. As Fly now going to try and use a defensive Everfrost, and that's going to get him killed. Unfortunately, well, actually, it wasn't the Everfrost that did it. However, he's still dead, as Gory might be in trouble. The culling, though, has to be respected here from Keen, who's like, well, I guess I can't actually do anything. Gory's got his teleport. He can come with the rest of his team if he would like to. The ward's still in this Baron pit is giving Afrika a lot of information. What they can do with it, though, is going to be the question. Teleport comes forward, exactly, from Gory. As they're looking for the re-engage. Oh my god, the damage is just revolting!
Oh boy.
Yeah, Knockdown's going to go back to the Baron. And yeah, it's all in a day's work here for Nongshim.
10,000 gold lead now, about to be extended by this Baron take. Going to be 1,500 on top of that. Rich is just flashing bees over here.
Was that a sad bee or a happy bee? I don't know, it got interrupted.
I think it was happy bee. Indeed.
Doc Dom here in the mid lane will be able to just rip through these Nexus turrets. And man, Afrika, 13,000 gold behind. It's just so sad. This game just was over so fast.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the worst game of the season so far, sadly, for Afrika. And it's not, I mean, it is their fault for the early game, but the rest of this game, they just tried to play it out.
Oh, yeah, we're going to find a hook here. Pretty nice work from Kellen. Has the stopwatch, of course, as Lehens is going to die. Gory looking for Leo, decides to settle for Fly. Flashes onto Leo, though. It was all a bait. Now he's just fighting the Rise. Rise gets to the fountain, but I have a feeling it's not going to matter. Gory loses out on that 1v1, but when it's a 1v4, the Rise is still dead. And Nongshim.
Peanut said, but I think he basically just said like that wasn't even a real game.
Yeah.
I might get production to confirm or deny, but like it sounded like Peanut was basically saying like, unfortunately that game wasn't actually real. Like he's disappointed that it was so easy. Like he wanted a bigger challenge.
Rich and Peanut for the interview, so let's throw it over to Jisun.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun with the interview translation, and we are here joined by Rich Peanut from Nongshim Red for taking a victory over Afrika Freaks. Congratulations on picking up your 6th win of the split. How are you feeling? Afrika, especially playing against Keen, I was feeling definitely nervous. I heard he's your role model, right? How are you feeling taking him down? I'm sure you must be so glad. And Peanut, how are you feeling wrapping up round 1 with a win? Our goal for the first round was like 7 or 6 wins. I think we did play up to our goal. I'm so glad and I'm so proud of ourselves. I think it's gonna be a great start for round 2 as well. Rich, you are the Rich King of the series. You did mention on yourself that you want to carry the team with many different champions, and you passed the toughest King test of the split on Jace. How are you feeling about that? Definitely awesome. Yeah, I think it's even better because I played a new pick. I heard you were climbing up the ladder and you were popping off today. Were you feeling extra good today? Yeah, I think I've been, ramping up these days and I've been having a good time on the solo queue as well. In game number 1, you actually let Afrika take Xin Zhao and you guys complete your poke comp. Tell us about the strategy. We wanted to try some kiting up against their comp with Karma and Olaf, but we had some, big clash happening before we could kite back. So it was a rough game. But in the mid to the late game, we were able to, pull off the kite strategy, and we were able to, turn the game around. What do you think of the Xin Zhao Lulu comp? How do you kind of counterplay them? We are playing with a new patch. So we only had 2 days to prepare after playing the Sunday match last week. So yeah, Karma Olaf or this comp or the comp they played was something we didn't really have enough time to figure out, but it was more like an experiment this time around. As you mentioned, yeah, there was an accident happening in the enemy jungle and you guys were not able to win the fight. Why were you guys, committing for that play? Well, especially about the Baron play, we didn't really let them walk away with the Baron, so we had this confidence that in the late game we will be able to close out the game, and we were looking for the opponent's mistake to punish. Lich, what kind of mindset did you have in that game? We had Faith Rush, and also I have all the late game scaling runes. So once I get the Muramana completed, I was pretty sure that we will be able to, win the game. Game number 2, Africa Freaks showed us a new pick, Gwen Jungle. Did you expect that or predict that to come out? When we saw both Viego and Gwen locked in by Africa, we thought that could be viable, and it was also played in the LPL, so we kind of saw it coming. And you were able to pick up a very early kill on that Gwen, and then you guys closed out the games on a steamroll victory, 10-1 kill score. With that counter gank play on the top lane, we were like, this is a win for us. As long as we don't die, Diana will carry. That was the mindset I got in the game. Because we won, we had a huge comeback victory in game number 1. We knew that it was a winning game already because we won after falling behind. So we knew that they would be having a lot of burden. And I think it went as I expected. And earlier today, Canyon also earned his POG on Diana. How do you rate this champion in the current patch? Diana's, rivalry of the Fate Rumble got nerfed so bad. So I think Diana is so good right now. And we have a lot of matches to go. I think we need more experiments. We have to think what will enemy will bring in the upcoming matches as well. And Rich, watching today's series, it reminded me of your previous interview. You said you're happy that your teammates can trust you. And with this stronger faith, I think, was there any change with your role in Nongshim Radforce? I think our team is so strong already, so I don't really need to do something more and extra, I'm just glad that we had another option in playing around the top lane as well. We had one more winning recipe on our end. And there was an interview where Rich said, Peanut, you are the centerpiece of Nongshim's uprace. Not only me, our entire teammates have been working so hard. And Rich as well, he has been, evolving throughout the split. Corey joining the team, and together with the original Nongshim players, you guys were able to end the first round on a very good note. What do you think about the result, Rich? I think we could have got more win points if we played better, but in the early split, I have been very shaky and inconsistent, and there were some matches where we lost because of me. It's a bummer. Your first opponent for the second round robin will be T1. What's your mindset for that series? We will prepare hard for that T1 match, and I hope we can win as we did in the first round. We did defeat them once, so we have this confidence that we will make it happen again. And we are 6-3 currently, so I hope we can play as a 6-3 team. And I think it's gonna be a doable match for sure. I can feel the uprising momentum inside of you guys, Nongshim. And thank you very much for this interview. And I'm gonna pass it back to our casters. Thank you.